playing Super Metroid, decided that, hey, I love me some Metroid stuff. Metroid streamers were what got me into Twitch. And even though this is not like a Metroid devoted channel, this is an all gaming channel, so let's do all that gaming. I have no co-host tonight, so do bear with me if the chat is a bit slow. And we will begin here soon. Or now. Well, now. And let me know if is anything up with all that audio. So, I want you to imagine a 9-year-old Storm song being like, oh my god, it's so scary! And it still kind of is. Right. Really gotta hate these controller setups. This is kind of before standardized controllers of different games.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
So, for those of you what don't know, this is something that mostly people in the actual industry or people in the hacking community know. That little bit of sound right there cost a huge amount of room on a Super Nintendo. I first battled the Metroids on planet Zebes. It was there that I foiled the plans of the space pirate leader Mother Brain to use the creatures to attack galactic civilization. Brain, donut, brain. Dun 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 dun. I next fought the Metroids on their homeworld, SR-388. I completely eradicated them except for a larva, which after hatching followed me like a confused child. That baby didn't have no mama, so it chose you. I personally delivered it to the Galactic Research Station at Cirrus so scientists could study it, or its energy-producing qualities. The baby. It's all jiggly. Look, early jiggle physics! Very primitive. It's like a cave painting. The scientists' findings were astounding. They discovered that the powers of the Metroid might be harnessed for the good of civilization. That's never a good start to a science fiction. Satisfied that all was well, I left the station to seek a new bounty, to hunt. But I had hardly gone beyond the asteroid belt when I picked up a distress signal. Yep, Marigold. Samus is here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and her gum has lost all flavor. Cirrus Station was under attack. Space Colony. That's its name. It's Space Colony. Okay, so here's where Storm spends a little bit remembering these controls, because I haven't played this game in like 4 years. Well, I played it a bit while working on a hack, but like not played, that was more testing. So prepare to see a game journalist level of skill, which is to say none. Okay, let's just kind of slip into a chill. So yeah, the thing that really made me love this game as a kid was I didn't quite understand it fully yet, only being 9, but I eventually got that I was really into world building, and there is so much visual storytelling in this game. So I'm actually not going to do the cheese strats right now, even though those are... Okay, good, I can still wall jump. Now, most of the speedrunners will just let Ridley damage them here, but I'm not a fan of that. So I'm just gonna let my own lack of competence do the job. I'm mixing up my jump button and my run button. Okay, well, it looks like Ridley will leave me here. Self-destruct sequence activated. Evacuate colony immediately. Yeah, so, one of the things the game kind of fails to tell you here that was sort of the intention of the authors is a lot of people are about to die. Ooh, yeah, shows you how good I am. But yeah, no, Samus is probably, like, for me, the archetype of the strong female character because, like, I was 9 when I played this, and so that was like, oh, a woman can be badass too. And that's not to say I didn't think they could, but, you know, you grow up in that kind of, like, school ground environment of girls don't play fighting games, girls don't do this or that, and so when I found out Samus was a woman, I was like, intriguing. Nowadays, we take that kind of stuff for granted, because, you know, between a lot of different stuff, you know, that's become a regularly available thing, and then people's different definitions, but, like, yeah. Lord Troa, Boomer Sooner, and greetings from the state of Oklahoma! Okay, it looks like we're landing on Oklahoma, I mean Zebs. Note to self, avoid that impulse. Sorry, I have this impulse where I want to, like, ruin a joke, and so I'm gonna start, like, quoting Game Grumps, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to do that. This is why am I going... playing it like a Mario game. An interesting thing, like every critic who plays this game... yeah, Merrygold makes a good point. At least I think Merrygold makes a good point, but in any event... let's see... yeah. I'll get used to these controls eventually. But yeah, as a child, like, this level of visual storytelling, you know, it's like, okay, this place is ancient, something happened here. Oh, that's where the brain was in the opening scene. Okay, so... Boomer Sooner and greeting. Okay, so what does Boomer Sooner mean, Mr. Troa? I am not sure I follow. Or maybe it's just a thing to say. And if it is, then I'm there with you. Because I say things without knowing what they mean all the time. Morphing ball. Oh, see, right there, like, even as an adult, that still gets me every time. Okay, we are going to pause for brief technical difficulty. There is something wrong with my capture card that is affecting my gameplay here. So I'm going to switch these buttons around. Okay, we'll try that setup then. We are back. We got missiles. Yep, no, sorry, we're gonna have one more technical difficulty here. As I continue to try to figure out what is wrong with this picture. Yeah. problem here is that this button layout is just not working with me. Okay, so let's just try this. I don't know why that didn't work. Okay, yeah. I really suck at figuring out these controller layouts, so... Yes, this must be riveting content. Of course, a 9-year-old Storm Song had no concept of ideal button layouts and just kind of stubbornly brick-walled his way through, or stubbornly bashed his head through any such brick walls. Look at me now. I've lost my grace with age. Okay, so we're gonna try one more attempt at fixing this, and if not, then I'll just play the game badly. Because... So, to clarify to the audience, I do legally own this game. I have the physical copy, but I am doing this on computer because... Blah. Okay, so... Yes. Okay, well that at least gets us to where I wanted it to be, so... Gosh, I'm starting to see what MST... yeah, Mary, why don't you hop in? I'm a lonely Storm Song. Yay, a wild Mary appears. Holy crap, that is a quiet Mary. 1 second.
Okay. And now I'm gonna rearrange and talk normally. It's gonna be holy crap, that's a loud Mary.
Yes, yes. Just to make sure that things are thingy.
Actually, I need to...
Alright.
I also hop into my settings. Make sure I'm getting picked through the mic. Does that have a nice USB mic I bought for like $20?
Some of it's also the inevitable problem of like older games like this have really loud sound because it's all, what do you call it, MIDI?
Yeah, it just says default input device. It's like, Alright, 1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Awesome. Am I coming through better?
Yes, oh, here's part of the problem. I have Discord turned down. It's probably in one of our more rowdy chats earlier. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that should be it for now. For the thing. Nope, stream's over. You watched me fix problems and really nothing else. But yes, I wouldn't find out until later in my youth that this game was heavily based on, what's it called, Alien? Which made me then go watch the Alien things, and that only served to make me want a more grim, dark Samus. But then Metroid Other M came out, and I don't think any of us were happy.
I remember seeing a piece of art for like very 80s anime, 80s and more directly aliens inspired Samus, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to find it. But
yeah, that sounds cool.
Because they had that metal forehead protector thing that you got to see sometimes in anime or anime inspired art.
Yeah. It appears Lord Troa is playing Settlers.
Nah, just quick Google search. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to find it.
That's right. So yeah, like, there are some speedrunners I watch who do this game and some hackers I watch who, God, the speed at which I'm playing this is probably atrocious to them. It's probably like watching a toddler on crack try to ride a bike.
As like video game companies are, I don't say starting to find out, but it's like, do not tailor your expectations to pro players,
Yeah.
speedrunners, or they have a very specific way they do things, a very specific way they like things, and it's not usually the best for average play.
Here's a trick I probably can't do. Let's see if I can get out before he wakes up. I probably will not. Yep, nope. Looks like you and I are trapped in here together, buddy. Oh, God! He's so alive. I don't like it!
I'm decent ways behind. Kick his ass.
Oh, yeah. This was also my first time seeing gore in a video game as a kid, because my parents didn't let me play Mortal Kombat because, well, Mortal Kombat. And yet we all look at that as, like, passé nowadays.
Yeah, I grew up in, like, a post-Doom video game thing, so it's like, gore is just something I'm kind of used to. At the same time, I still remember the squishing sound from, like, Command & Conquer games when you crush an infantry.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably wouldn't right, I keep forgetting you're younger than me. Yeah, no, like, my parents weren't quite into the so-called satanic panic or anything, but, like, they still did think video games that were, like, too violent might not be, conducive for a healthy Storm song. So, like, in my household, PG-13 meant PG-13.
That was an age when PG, you could get away with a lot on PG, because it meant, parental guidance.
Yeah. Like, I was actually allowed to watch R-rated movies probably earlier than most, but only if it was, like, historical. Dad would always watch them ahead of time to make sure there was no, like, absurd sex, or, like, that the violence wasn't just ultra-violence for its own sake.
Nothing, no HBO originals, I get you.
Yeah. But yeah. And those are the fun little kinds of secrets, but yes. No, yeah, like I was saying earlier before you jumped on, this game very much was probably kind of my start of my love for visual storytelling and world building. Because there were hidden things everywhere.
As for world building, I mean, my start came from, technically D&D, but, like, more of the stuff around D&D. That makes sense?
Yeah. So, like, Final Fantasy, or... What do you mean around D&D? Magic?
Now, it was something... okay, TG. The TG board on 4chan.
Oh, right, yeah.
Back when it was, like, at least to my nostalgia-addled memory, this font of creative energy.
Yeah. Yeah, I forget that there are children who grew up watching 4chan nowadays. Like, I don't think I was actively on the internet till I was 14. Right, that is not where I want to go yet. Well, you know what? For anyone who hasn't seen this game before, I am going to go there. Because this is some of that visual storytelling I'm talking about. Like, you can't do anything in this room, you don't know why, but there's golden statues of the bosses you see in the manual, so the natural conclusion is, it's something.
Yeah, I mean, my introduction to the idea that games could be changed, you know, people could put their own things in games and play them the way they want to, was CNC and Fallout 3 mods.
Yeah, for me it was, probably the Morrowind modding scene when I was about 13 or 14. If Mom knew the things that were in Morrowind, I would never have been allowed to play that game. But as far as she knew, it was just Lord of the Rings, and it kind of is, but not really.
Oh, that's like when you hear about parents picking up some, you know, some anime from the movie store, you know, at Blockbuster. It's like,
Yep.
Little did they know.
Yep.
Because for the longest time, all cartoons are basically Disney trying to be Disney. So why would you have to worry?
Oh, right. I can't do anything in this room yet. Well, I do think there's a missile pack here. Yeah. There are people who can get through that door. I'm not one of them. But, so I'll need to wait until I get speedy boots. And you know what? I'm gonna be responsible and refill here. Refill spawns. What a concept. There's just something about this style of game you don't see much anymore. Even, like, you know, you have some pretty good examples, like, save point. Oh, I did that wrong. But, like, you don't see a lot of games designed this way anymore, even stuff that tries to go retro, because there's just so many quality of life things we're so used to. Lord Troa apparently started by modding Quake.
Neat. Yeah, a lot of modern gaming, a lot of modern gaming stems out of the Quake engine. Because I think how Quake did movement was made open source, and that line of code is still in like Apex Legends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's actually a rather interesting point now that I think about it. Because, yeah, I think, like, the really early game that I can remember that had, like, kind of an influential movement engine was, I want to say it was MDK.
Is that the Fallen game?
No, it was kind of like, it's like a pre-Halo shooter. No, it's a third-person shooter, I should say. You know, that may not even be a fair description. Yeah, it's one of those games from, like, the same era as, like, Descent and, Quake and GoldenEye and the like. But it was, like, one of the first games to really have, like, a wraparound camera view that you could use to... Is it up or... It's up, right.
For some reason, I did not catch Lord Troy's last message in the stream chat.
I'm good at this game, I swear.
Get juggled.
Why must they juggle me? I am Le Pro Epic Gamer, believe me. I'm just...
God, this was be the 90s. The idea of being an Epic Pro Gamer didn't even exist.
Yes, this was 1993. This game is old enough to rent a car. I was 7 when this game came out.
1993, I would have been -2.
Yes. So yeah, this game was a contemporary with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Nirvana music.
It's like, what could you even do for like custom Wolfenstein maps that weren't just more mazes? Because Lord Troll was saying he had an uncle that had a whole bunch of player-made like, Wolfenstein maps. And maybe I'm just being a bit spoiled because most of my experience with Doom modding has been with the GZ Doom stuff.
I'm just remembering, like, being 6, we were playing Oregon Trail, and I learned from my friend across the street, we'll call him Bob, about the word, fuck, which when you're 6 is a powerful and unbelievably bad word.
Yeah.
And there just came a point where my dad was playing a little bit of Oregon Trail, because, you know, he was like, my dad never got into the gaming thing, but he was like, we bought a game, I might as well try to enjoy it. And so, and then he comes across one of the gravestones, and it says, fuck me. And we had words, him and I.
I come from the age where every middle schooler will swear like a sailor if they can get away with it.
Oh yeah, I mean, by the time I was in middle school, yeah, we were all swearing, but that was, you know, first grade Storm Song, not middle school Storm Song.
I see. Yeah, that would get words with my mother. You know, my mother would want to have words with me as well because of, like, you know, first, where did you hear that word?
Yeah.
Second, do you know what it means? Or
yeah. Yeah, it was one of them things.
Because I know, at least when I was turning in my teenage years, that I just got a rule instilled to me of, like, I can swear, I just can't use it to insult people.
Yeah.
I think that's a rule I've kind of stuck to even now. Yeah, you usually don't have much reason to insult people, so.
Yeah. Ah! They were hidden.
And besides, it is way more amusing to take some inspiration from British insults and like say someone's a bit of a muppet.
Okay, here we go. So let's... Ooh, more missile. Yes. So this game was one of the first games that ever caused me to rage quit as a child. And my dad would give me this huge lecture about, you know, not letting a machine get you mad, not, you know, getting angry over something like this. And he's right. But then there's also that funny, like, shit-eating grin moment of catching him screaming at a football game. And then he looks at me and is like, don't tell your mother. And I'm like, okay, don't tell my mother. Touché. Yes. Yay! Yeah, this along with Donkey Kong Country and Mega Man X were my early games.
Yeah,
Oh, and F-Zero.
my early game. My early games was like Hut Hut's Adventure, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and like Tiberian Sun.
Mmm. Yes.
You know, back in that late '90s, early 2000s period when they were trying to make games for really young children.
Yeah.
And stuff.
I guess if I'm getting technical, it was like those learning games on the computer that were things like Number Cruncher and Math Blaster. But, yeah. Can I do the sequence break? The chance is probably not, but we'll try. Will Stormsong keep his epic gamer card? Did he have one to begin with? Well, we're not playing a Total War game, so...
Oh, I just remember.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Shit. What was it? Shit, I just had a cool idea. An idea for like a four-player game that could be played by the for a stream. It's like now I can't remember its name though. But it made waves as like a new NES game. But of course the PC version.
Oh, right. Oh, gosh. Lord Tro brings up Pac-Man, and all I can think is, like, Pizza Hut, back when that was still a thing.
I don't know. When I got to have Pizza Hut, it was when I was definitely, on the down.
Yeah. It was, it used to be higher quality, and then, like, I don't know what happened. Or maybe I just got older, who knows. I'm a fool!
I'm just gonna keep it at. Okay, there was that the I'm a fool line is for. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Right, I'm not streaming it to the stage, so you're seeing this in delayed time.
Yeah. The mother of all sound and video desync.
Yes. Being a co-host on Twitch. Yay. Technically a sequence break, but not really. Not much of...
I'm sure I'll appreciate it when I get to see it.
You know what? So you can see things in a timely fashion, I am going to set the stream so that you can see it. Otherwise, that would be rude. God, I hate the Discord has advertisements now.
Wait, what the when? Wait, what?
So look at the chat room we're in, and, like, notice how it's, like, all the different things they're featuring now.
Yeah, okay, now... Oh, that. Okay, yeah. Wasn't that just, like... Yeah, that's just the event stuff, yeah.
Yeah. But it still looks too much like an advertisement for my comfort. And I'm afraid of change.
Usually when the advertisements start coming in, the user experience starts degrading.
This is true. But then how will we know about all their new amazing products? I can just hear you seething in the background, preparing to end my life.
Yeah, it's just tired socialist noises.
Mary, I don't think you're a dirty commie. I think you're my little silly commie. No, I'm joking. Okay, I remember I'm supposed to come this way.
I wonder how much of a first time playing Metroid is spent just wandering the map completely lost.
Oh, yeah, no, a lot of it. It's from the early, you know, Nintendo's, like, trial by fire era of how to game.
Or realistically, we only have about, 10 hours of gameplay. You know, let's make it fucking hard.
Yeah. Well, and with Metroid, it was, one of those things where, like, your first playthrough is probably 15 to 20 hours. But then, like, even a reasonable run-through, like, not a speed run, but, like, a 100%, average player, if they know the map, is probably 2 to 4 hours. Oh, right. This is one of those I can't open the door until I kill the enemy thing. There we go. Hate those doors! Okay, so now that I have the high jump boots, I can go higher! And ladies and gentlemen, remember, stay hydrated. This is a threat.
And it would be amusing if we get once we get those points redeemed, if it's like just an image of a bear to imply that it's Diggs threatening us.
Very possible. But Diggs is not the threatening sort. He's lovely and wonderful. Except when he's threatening. So for those of you who don't know the Ox yet, Diggs is our glorious leader.
Our glorious and terrifying overlord.
He's actually a really chill dude. But we always joke because his image is bear and he's also the guy in charge, so it's like, oh no, don't let Diggs find out. He'll probably be like, okay, whatever.
Will make us have to dig with our hands. Savages.
Indeed. Oh gosh. I say fan fiction, but it's really not even fan fiction. It's like the headcanon that 10-year-olds come up with. But like my brain just had a brief moment back to the like weird like canon world that I created of this, Mega Man X, Star Trek, and Star Fox all happening in the same universe in my head.
Is Star Trek and Star Wars, or
I think Star Wars might have been included in there, but I wasn't as familiar with it until later. Like, I'd watched it with my dad, but, like, those were movies that, we had on VHS recordings from the Sci-Fi Channel, and we didn't own proper copies until I was about 11 when Episode 1 came out, and then I got super frickin' into it.
bet you knew exactly where all the ad breaks were, so you could just hit the fast forward button at the right time.
You know my childhood. That and trying to record all of Dragon Ball Z, and my dad being like, "We're running out of videotapes, John." I mean, Stormsog. No one knows my name is John.
I thought it was James.
You're lying!
Don't mind me. Apologies for that. Dropped for myself.
I'm fighting Wilford Brimley. Diabetes. I am here.
Was that guy's name?
Yep.
I'm in Canada, so I don't really get a lot of American advertisements except for when I do. And the diabetes one was never one I got to see.
Yeah. Ooh, my astounding accuracy. It amazes me now that this was the exact scene in question that caused me to rage quit as a child.
Eh. That's okay. I was absolutely terrified of the re-deads in Castletown on Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Those things legit give me nightmares.
And I think also like the skeleton guys from in the Hyrule Field at night.
Oh yeah, the
Phones? No.
I think those were. Oh gosh, I can't even remember. I suck.
I know what they say. Nobody lost to the first line.
I'm not that old. Sounds of OK Boomer intensify. I can tell you to respect your elders. Yeah, I gotta change my bag again.
That's okay. I routinely come across the I'm on a Gen Z. I'm not allowed to feel old yet. Make it stop.
Yep.
I'm still interested what the 2000s nostalgia stuff is going to even be, because 2003 was when the internet kind of broke popular, the idea of there being mass ideas of what pop culture is based on the defining moments that everyone saw.
Yeah. And yet there are still things that are like that, but it's just that it's now more like world things like.
Is it just going to be about the vibes?
Mayhaps, like, I get the feeling that, like, and we're not going to get into current events or their merits or whatever, but, like, I get the feeling that, you know, when I turned 14, a big moment in that was September the 11th, and that, you know, big moment, and I'm pretty sure that you're going to get kind of a similar thing with the stuff going on in Ukraine for people who are 14 right now.
I don't know, that seems like an over-there conflict. It's a bit like saying the Operation Desert Shield was a defining moment for was it millennials? Yeah.
You know, that's a good point. Although I think there's more pictures coming over, but that still probably is. That still is within the internet's realm of, as you put it, over there. So the reason I had to kill that boss first, rather than start off down here, is this place will burn me alive. It'll cook me. So I had to get the suit that keeps me from being cooked.
No one wants deep fried Santas.
Indeed.
The pirates keep trying to sell it, but there's no market demand.
So, what faction would Samus join in Command & Conquer, and why is it Nod?
No way. It's GDI.
I know, I'm being a dork.
Reminds me of like a Reddit thread I saw. I didn't get much, but it was the whole for like Pandora for like what's his face's avatar, and it's like
James Cameron's had. Yeah.
Brotherhood of Nod discovered Pandora is like, hey, we have all this nice technology. Just need to plant these weird crystals at the base of all your stuff.
Yeah, about that. Alright, this is the room where speed is key, and I'm terrible at it.
That's a magma seahorse.
Yes, they're actually just called dragoons in this, but yeah, it's a magma seahorse, and they're adorable, and I love them. Bubbles!
Yes, throw a piece through power.
Okay. even if I am playing this on a computer like a dirty pleb, I will still use this rather than save states. There are some hacks where I may use save states, but that's because some hacks are bullshit, but...
Some hacks have the term kaizo in them.
Oh! You know the old words.
Only vaguely.
Yes. Or, oh gosh, what's the Metroid one that's just... There's a Metroid one that's, it's legendarily horrible. I'm trying to remember its name. What I remember of it specifically is that when I looked it up, on the Metroid construction site, there was just, the first comment was, I am offended in ways I never thought possible.
That's why.
Yes, parts of this are coming back to me. It's all coming back to me now.
I never knew that the original book order, the name has just escaped me.
The original what?
Classic movie from like the 1930s, Tin Man.
Oh, Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, thank you. There was more stuff than just the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, it was a whole book series. It was kind of like the less crackhead, more pot-headed version of Alice in Wonderland. More chill, brah. Less, oh god!
Yeah, more chill, less this character's likely to be put into an insane asylum.
Yes. Which I guess is why America McGee's Alice, or whatever it's called. American McGee's Alice?
Yeah, again, from what it looks like, it wasn't very hard to put someone in an insane asylum if you didn't like them.
Yes. Well, there was a time period where that was definitely true in Western culture. I mean, it's true at some point in every culture, but... what's down here again? I think this is that deeper level I can't go to yet. Yes, I'll need those bombs.
I'll do that to myself.
The Mary's nose exploded.
Twice? Now let's see if they come in.
Yeah. That is one of those things that I always wonder about with Samus as a character. It's like, you grow up here because your home is destroyed when you're 3. You barely remember your actual parents. You're raised by creatures of a different species.
Raised by people.
Yeah, who raise you as part of their warrior caste. So already we have 4 layers of like alienation and trauma in childhood. And now the seahorses have legs. But then it's like, on top of that, this person just goes straight into actual soldiering and bounty hunting for their profession. And then, like, you know, loses just about everyone they know and care about. Up to the current point in the story, their closest friend is a robot or AI copy of one of their previous loved ones. Not even the real person. And, you know, having something of a relationship with the Metroid as if it were her child, at least on some level. It's like, I get where they were going with Other M, trying to kind of explore trauma as the subject, but they wrote it so much like a high school fan fiction.
I mean, it might also have just been people's conceptualization of Samus, because it's so little Samus it's easy to just imagine her like a Ripley.
Well, that, and it's also the fact that that was the first time we actually kind of had Samus have, like, a voice. Because she's kind of a stoic protagonist. We hear her talk at the beginning of the game, and that's it.
I think Dread is also does Samus really well.
Yeah,
It's
Dread.
what little I have seen.
Yeah, Dread got her good. I think Fusion storyline-wise did a good job. But gameplay-wise, Fusion was, I would say, an inferior product, but still a good one. Of course, like, to give it its fair shake, it was designed with the Game Boy in mind and not a console in mind, so, like, they were trying to design for, you know, kids playing the game in the car and not long sit-down sessions.
Yep.
So it was always considered more, like, hand-holdy, less explory.
Because I know at least the only thing I've really seen from Dread is that moment when Samus breaks out the bird race's tongue.
Oh, the Chozo warrior. Well, it's not a Chozo specifically. It's the Torizo's tongue. Like, they're the weird, like, mechanical... Or it's that Chozo from later. Okay, yeah. I've watched a playthrough of that game once. I didn't have a Switch yet. I still need to actually play it myself. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt there.
I was pretty much done with that anyways.
Yes. Well, I'm also just trying to be better about I did it again! I'm just trying to be better about interrupting people.
If you ever slow down for a second and fall into any of those pits, you're kind of screwed.
Yep. Like, you can get out, but it's a lot of hit points. Yes.
I had half an idea for like a twin stick shooter that's like, you know, got that equally lethal to you and everything else vibe. It's like, that could be neat. I don't have anything else for that. No aesthetics, no premise, just...
Behold Storm Song's favorite item. It's a speedy boy.
Enemies go down in one hit, you go down in one hit, bosses go down in 3 hits. Well, welcome to Bullet Hell, twin stick shooter.
Indeed. Okay, so power-wise, we're actually about at the halfway point of the total damage output Samus can inflict. But with only about half the total staying power. Ugh. If only I knew how to infinite bomb jump. Never mind. I'll come back and get that later, because I have to come back here anyways. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna come back the other way. I will say that is one thing that is nice about these old Super Nintendo games, is they're a little easier on the eyes for me than some modern games that have the more full color palette. But I also have, like, a weird stigmatism in my eye that gets screwy with that kind of stuff. Yeah, so one eye sees in 2015 and the other in 1520. And so that when they try to work together, then they just get screwy and bright. Certain, like, high-density colors can mess with me. Kai Harper, yes. Yes, the soundtrack remix of this game is glorious. Yeah. Let's see. Can't do the bombs yet.
Is this... Oh, is this a... Is this streaming to elsewhere?
This is streaming to Twitch.
Okay, because I've seen stuff like maybe I just need to do a reload.
Oh, okay. Well, just in case, let's make sure
I'm not
that...
seeing. There we go. Yeah, that was on me.
Okay, yeah.
There we go. Yeah. The Twitch in my browser kind of did things because it wasn't the video; it was just the stream chat.
Okay, yeah. So, you were just not reset. Ah! I'm not lava-proof yet. Actually, I think that's acid, not lava. Right, I'm not even trying to pull that trick.
Only Ridley wants deep-fried Samus.
Yes. Whereas, Dragon wants her as sushi. No, wait, this is the way out. That's right. The secret is down here. Yes. So here's an interesting question, Mary.
Oh.
And for Kai and Lord Troa as well. What kind of character is Samus in terms of fantasy archetypes?
Fancy archetypes?
Yes.
Are we just going with straight D&D classes, or are we going with just more storytelling archetypes?
You could think of it as storytelling archetypes. You could think of it as D&D classes.
I see her. I don't see her on her own in a fantasy story, but definitely as like the Lancer.
It's not a bad choice, and for 5-man band, I think that would be accurate for her. What I was gonna say, or what I would say, is she's a dragon slayer. She goes alone against large monsters, many of which are reptilian, in hellish underground locations, fighting creatures that largely hoard things. And in this game in particular, like 5 of the 7 main bosses are dragons. Between Kraid, Ridley, Crocomire, Dragon, and Batwoon. So yeah, she's a power-armored dragon slayer. And anyone who disagrees with Storm Sonum is a cuck and stupid. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. At least how she's usually portrayed, she doesn't have the emotional depth to carry a story on her own. But as a team's big guy or a Lancer, I think she works wonderfully.
Oh yeah, she would. Yeah.
Especially doing some deep well of experience with someone a bit new, a bit naive, basically.
Yeah. A Big Mike has appeared.
Federation LT that's basically here, liaise with her.
Yeah.
Let her, ultimately let her do her own thing, but
don't let her do her own thing too much. The problem is that she's what the Federation in Metroid finds is that she'll do the right thing, not the ordered thing.
You'll do what's morally right, not what suits their interests. That said, I just popped into you guys were playing because from the preview image it didn't even look like Metroid, so I was just wondering what it was.
Yes. I was getting the feeling for some good old Super Metroid, which I hadn't played in some time.
I've never played a Metroid game, admittedly.
Nice. They're worth it. If you're into that kind of game. Not everyone's into the kind of Metrovania platformer.
Yeah, platformers drive me insane, unfortunately.
Fortunately, it's more exploratory than it is platformy, but it is a little platformy.
micromanaging. Hey.
Yeah, I just popped in to say hey and see how the stream was going.
Yep. So here's a funny thing. So Kai hears us call her a Lancer and is thinking, like, a Lancer specifically from Final Fantasy, but Lancer from Final Fantasy and Lancer and the way we were using it are actually two different things, though it's an interesting point. In five-man band design, in the story of a five-man band, oh, okay. Well, I'll finish my thought anyways, and then assume that maybe I misunderstood you, but in a five-man band, the Lancer is usually the main character's, like, best frenemy.
Yeah, it's the second command. It's the character that's the most able to call the main character out on their shit.
So, like, in Dragon Ball Z, eventually Vegeta becomes the Lancer to Goku. Initially, though, it's Piccolo. But then Piccolo evolves to become the smart guy. We finally have weapons of mass destruction.
Screen clearing bomb. Got it.
Yes. So now we've unlocked most of our...
Oh, you got
Ugh. Shows you how well I remember. So most of the map is now open to us. And we have two directional choices.
I mean, was he really though, Troa? We're talking about Piccolo. I'd argue that Vegeta was a better dad than either Piccolo or Goku.
They were improvements upon each other, and yeah, like Piccolo was in the sense of, like, in the Spartan way, a good dad. But, yeah, not Father of the Year, definitely. Whereas, yeah, like, Vegeta actually, like, was careful about his children. And was probably altogether a better family man than Goku, but just not as much of a champion of good as Goku.
One could interpret the whole arm cannon thing as a spiritual tie. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And she does do a bunch of jumping.
This is true. It's actually why I was going to, in my hack, reskin her, her grappling chain thing as either a Buster Sword or as a lance, because that was going to be a Metroid reinterpretation of the city of Midgar from Final Fantasy VII. But I was going to call it Spinal Fantasy VII because, let's be honest, anybody who can do this only dreams of having a spine.
Nah, her spine is all cartilage, it's okay.
Actually, that's probably closer to true than you want to realize, because being part of the warrior caste, she was genetically re-engineered to have more of a Chozo physique, and the Chozo are birds. So her bone structure is actually thinner than a regular human's. There's one way in which a regular human is stronger than her, and it's, like, in the comics. And that is that their bones don't break as easily as hers. It's just that she heals faster and is overall more resilient. But this is also how she can move the way she does.
I'm gonna DM this to you because I just like googled Samus Fantasy as a good pick.
Yes. You'd think I'd stop getting myself killed every 10 minutes. Oh wait, I can go back and get that thing, but let's get the health first. Oh!
Yeah. Like, if you want to keep the arm blaster thing, you could do a berserk with just like an arm crossbow, or at least a crossbow mounted on the back of the wrist. But I like the vibe of like having a magic spear that shoots things.
Yeah. I can't... No, I can't get this yet. Okay. If I was, like, a more advanced, what do you call it? Speedrunner, I could, but I don't have that technique down yet. So I'll need to go get the grappling beam. Okay, I suck. My favorite old school Final Fantasy. You see, that's hard because all of them are now so, like, far back into the nostalgia zone, but it's a pretty close tie between the three of Final Fantasy Tactics, Final Fantasy VII, and Final Fantasy IX.
I've never really played Final Fantasy. I think the only one I've ever played was because they were on like my stepbrother's PS2, which was X and X2.
10 was my teenage years. I was pretty fond of that one.
And you know, it's like they were okay, I guess. Not really my vibe.
Legit. Yeah, the Final Fantasy games, I get why other people don't like them. I absolutely love them, but after having, like, kind of looked into game design more and knowing what sort of constitutes, like, people's normal reaction to certain design choices, it kind of makes sense that Final Fantasy games aren't always the most popular. But it's also interesting that they are, in fact, as popular as they are. Which I'm happy about, because I love them.
Yeah, the super speed thing is pretty damn cool.
Yes. That was dumb.
Yep, Final Fantasy X is basically 20 years old, so yep, that counts as old school.
Yep. Well, I mean, I'm remembering that I was still in high school when 12 came out, so... No, I was in early college, never mind. So, I mean, even 12 is almost an adult at this point, or maybe is an adult at this point. Oh wait, no, I've gone down the wrong rabbit hole. Okay, so I do need to go this way. So now that I have the beam that can shoot through the wall, I can go this way, but it's also a matter of... Ooh. Knowing that, like, I'm safe to do so. Now, where are we? I want a Lord of the Rings based game in this style, where it's like you're part of the dwarves that are clearing out Moria after Gimli has come.
Yeah, a bunch of dwarves, you know, assaulting an old dwarven keep, inhabited by, you know, monsters at the beck and call of a dragon.
Yes. Okay, we're about to fight another boss, ladies and gentlemen. Time to do what we do best.
not assuming it's a strictly low-risk game, but more of a low to medium fantasy game, perhaps.
Yep.
A bit more D&D than Tolkien, basically. I think I remember playing those games at like a Walmart demo booth guy.
So this is reverse tug of war.
Game. I would give hope, like, glory to Tucker's vocals.
Forgot about that. Because that was what he was trying to push me into. Oh god. More of a boss fight! 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 I'm scared! Okay, so... Oh, gosh.
You don't want to save scum?
Oh! 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 I suck. Okay. Now, at least this is where I saved, so I'm not too far away from that. I can Shine Spark, yes, that's right. Although I don't think I have enough, Don't keep count, that's mean!
I'm only count on the bosses. But you killing the bosses don't count.
Mean! Okay, let's see. Ah. Let's see. Oh, wait, yeah, that's right. Well, I'm gonna take it anyways. What were we on right as I... Oh, yes.
Metroidvania style game, very Tolkienian. What was it? A bunch of dwarves liberating an old dwarf settlement.
Yeah, something like that would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would at least want to have such a game give full honor to the kobolds. Just go full time as kobold with it. Yeah, they're not the strongest, but they're smarter than any other dragons, minions. So they're gonna be a bit great bastards.
Quite possible. Wait, his skin is not in good condition, my bruh. Less time in the hot tub. Figured out the rhythm. Okay, cool. See, it was way easier the second time.
And they make...
Well.
Yeah, they made the Super Nintendo hardware really worked for the storytelling thing stuff. You know, have you tried going back?
Ah, damn it! Okay, I'm gonna stop trying to get that one until I get the grappling hook. I'm at least getting the grappling hook tonight. Stop it! It's so mean!
You know what? I'm just gonna keep count for that specific boss room was lava pit.
Yep. Probably
Anything else
deserve
you
it.
really do yet?
Okay. Okay. Well, beating him is clearly not the problem.
No, it's the lava pit.
I see his little bubbles go by. Now we have to wait for this scripted sequence. I really didn't mean to do it that time.
Get back, I believe it.
Okay. This is where the game occasionally reminds you the baby steps are also important. Do you really want to know what the worst part about all that was, Mary? That this is a save room right here. Sad epic gamer noises. But we are approaching probably one of Stormsong's other favorite items, and probably one of Samus's most iconic, though her least commonly reproduced. Item. But first, we have to get the missile.
Gotta keep supplies up.
Yep. I'm just thinking of some of those speedrunners that do the, like, we're gonna do all the bosses in reverse order. Weird shit like that. Save soon? Yeah, it's... If you'd think more would have taught me something. Alrighty. The grappling beam.
Oh yeah, grappling hooks are like iconic in video games, and also kind of rare.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're usually like one of the few things that's like immediately done in like any mod.
Yeah.
But like there's very few games that actually have grappling hooks.
Yep. With Legend of Zelda and Metroid, it's kind of the staple. Well, it's one of the things that they're most known for, and especially because of like Smash Brothers. But one of the things is that I don't think it comes up in any other Metroid games. I could be wrong. Well, that's not where I was looking to go. It's only a missile, but I'm a completionist! Ah, there we go. Happy storm song noises intensify. Can't remember. Is there anything back here, or is this a big red herring? It's a big red herring! This game's also really good at tutorializing itself. No! There we go. Okay, so... Yeah. I suck! There we go. Storm Song's advice on self-love. Don't do Storm Song things. Are you still there, Mary?
Still here. I'm just reading through a wiki for a defunct mod project. That's all.
Ah.
The team put in a lot of lore, and which is something you don't really see all that often for mod projects.
Yeah.
Especially for their wikis. You might get the story of the mod, and then and just stats. It's just like delicious lore.
Oh,
And this was.
yeah. You first.
Yeah. And this is just a project that I am extremely normal about.
Extremely. Oh, I get it. Confessions of a Ladder Maker. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong relationship. Yes, and I advise you not to do it the way Stormsong does. I have a lot of negative love patterns towards myself. It's love, but it's tough love.
Look, I don't appreciate my own love language.
That's a good way to put it.
Just seeing you like grappling hook off of the monster is like, that would actually be really cool for like even more of a Mario style platformer where you know there's like flying flying enemies that you have to pick across.
Yeah.
Like, no, just have one and then you hook onto them and you swing across.
Okay, there we go. You know what? I'm just gonna save because that room keeps beating me, so I don't want to risk it again. We're gonna try one last time to do it like a pro, and then Stormsong will hang his head in shame. So, Confessions of a Ladder Maker. How did you get your name? Do you in fact make ladders, or is this a joke of some manner?
Still not getting that. I was gonna say, do I need to words. Get it to 3.
There's a formula, or a series of shows in the UK with the formula Confessions of a blank. That makes sense. There's a character. Oh, the ladder. Yep. Okay, I get it now. Yep, that tracks. Other thing about this that makes it best meme? It's an insta-kill for most monsters.
And it doesn't have its own ammo.
Yep. But it's also got a shorter range than your standard beam. Wow, we've only been live for like an hour and 31 minutes.
Yep.
Most
We're already 2 bosses down.
Yes, most speedrunners would be all bosses down at this point, but yes, I know. Let's not compare ourselves to them.
Be all bosses down within 5 minutes.
With Metroid, I believe 47 minutes is the record, but I could be wrong about that. Well, with Super Metroid.
Yeah, I'm used to ridiculously short world records.
Yeah, Super Metroid doesn't have any backdoor breaks. It just has sequence breaks that people have figured out. And actually, I hear a sleepy Mary.
I actually went to bed at what is to me a decent time, which is 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
See, for you, a semi-decent time is while existence is still in play.
Yeah, it takes like an hour for me for my brain to actually shut off when I'm trying to sleep. Half hour to an hour. No, actually getting to sleep is a bit difficult. Thankfully, I'm not a light sleeper per se.
Yep.
Where, it's get woken up by some random bullshit thing. It's like, well, I'm up now. I ain't going back. I would fucking hate that.
Oh, that's right. That's how I need to do this. Okay. Oh, actually, that was rather fortuitous. Ah!
You were saying?
Blep. Okay, let's try this dance again. Okay, good. Now I don't have to do a big loop-de-loop.
Nitro.
Nitro. Yes. I just had a dumb idea for something.
Oh.
And admittedly, Diggs is who's in my head for this, so take this with a grain of stupidity. The idea was something like, you have a society or a group of people that put a leader in power, they don't like the government, so they overthrow it, and then they still put the same leader in power because they like him, just not the government. So we have gotten...
The guy going was that one guy's fault.
That's where the question lay. So it's just like, the Ox overthrows the mods, but we put Diggs back in as the head mod because we like him. But Diggs was the government. Yeah, but we like Diggs, we just didn't like the government. I'm not following this. Oh, that's right. Okay, so I'm more or less caught up on every item in this area for now. So yeah, if we did all of this in a certain amount of time, we'd get to see, at the end of the game, Samus with either her helmet off or her whole armor off. And as we all know, 9-year-old boys are thirsty for that tank top.
The tank top? I thought it was a bikini.
I think it's a... Yeah, it is a bikini. So scandalous.
You had to really nail it into the minds of those 9-year-old boys that they were playing a girl this whole time.
Yes. When...
How much of a fight it was to actually have Samus be a female?
Apparently not that much. Apparently it was just, I think, like, they asked the lead producer, and he was like, not sure if that's a safe move. Let's try that one later. And they're like, okay. Printed the sheets to make it look like, you know, generic armor person, and then still had her be a girl anyways. And then the producer's like, this is brilliant! I'm glad I thought of it. And they're all like, yes, sir. That's probably a bit ungenerous, but that was the impression I got from the thing.
I think it makes sense.
You know, it's often wise to convince the boss that your good idea was his, because subconsciously he'll be thankful. So, according to some players of this game, I committed an unforgivable sin by collecting the reserve tank.
Why?
So, in lower level play like mine, like, the reserve tank is a godsend. Like, if I am about to die, it'll have some reserve energy for me.
It's just weird gatekeeping. Got it.
Well, no. It's actually, the thing is, it actually prevents some of the higher level techniques from functioning. You can't do Samus's crystal flash bombs with it. And a lot of the higher level play depends on a lot of things, including the crystal flash, or the crystal bombs, some of the other weird tricks. I mean, it does.
What I'm hearing is that these are weird. This is weird tech. Based,
Yeah, like Samus's crystal or bomb crystal techniques were something from the comic that were not intended to be in the game, so they put them in the game anyways, but didn't announce them.
Oh, never mind. These were actually intended features.
Yeah, but they're also, since they're unannounced, they're hard to pull off. You have to know that they're there, and then there are some uses for them that are just like, some uses for them that just do not fall inside of what the developer intended. But for the speedrunner, it's like, oh yes, I will take this advantage. Thank you. No. Yeah, the any percent speed run might have been 42 minutes. I think I usually end up watching the 100%ers, but that's just because, I don't know, I have a weird OCD like that. Oh, that's right. Yeah, this game is good about not making you know the advanced techniques, but if you know the advanced techniques, you'll be rewarded. And also not permalocking you in a place. Oh gosh, if I could only remember what that horrific mod was called, or hack was called.
Maybe later when you need some sort of weird punishment drinking game type thing.
Yeah.
Take a shot every time Stormson dies. Please no, you will die.
No! No alcohol poisoning. We like our viewers.
Oh, I was talking about the co-host, not the viewers.
Oh.
Viewers can do whatever.
God, Misfit just joins the game and he's drunk just on the concept that it's going to happen, not even because he's drank anything yet. Our friend Misfit is a really swell guy, but he also insists we don't let him drink because he is just not an inhibited person when he drinks. So
I always got the impression that he's a bit of an asshole when he drinks. That's why he doesn't. I don't know.
it's not that he's an asshole, it's that you know his already, like, kind of talkative nature.
I guess.
Now, combine that with a lack of restraint. And a lack of filter.
So yeah, 3 seconds in and we're already talking politics. Got it.
Yeah. No!
No.
Not the nom-nom
Tasty.
flowers.
Tasty titanium.
Indeed. Let's see. Yeah. Well, it's not overindulgence, it just seems to hit him hard. So he often tells us, like, don't let me drink. But yeah. He's a good guy, though.
When he seen drunk as a skunk at a con, I got the impression he was a happy drunk.
I think in a con he has room to be insane, whereas, like, in a what do you call, in an overly crowded Discord chat where everyone's talking over, different story. Yeah. That said, like, I found that my limit was, my limit is when I realize I no longer know what my limit is, that's when I need to stop.
The only time I've drunk anything, it was like 2 or 3 daiquiris. It was 2 daiquiris, maybe 3, and I'm pretty sure I was quite solidly tipsy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't like the taste of most of the alcohol, so I don't really drink ever, really.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. I've started drinking substantially less now that I'm in my 30s, so...
What happens at the con stays at the con, yep.
Yep. Full refill, full reset. And save. I think we can do a little more tonight. My eyes are still not bugging me, so... Ugh, no, I did that wrong. Oh, 1 second. Ah. Oh, it's gonna make me shine spark, okay. So I need to stop at that grassy knoll.
No, not the grassy knoll.
Fuck the sky!
And yes, confessions. What happens at the con stays at the con.
There we go. That's what I was looking for. No, fuck the sky. You know, Mastodon's seminal album, Fuck the Sky.
Has they heard of it?
No, their actual album title is, what do you call it? Crack the Sky. The greatest danger to a storm song in his native habitat is lava.
How come is lava in your native habitat?
Very. You know, all that lava we have sitting around in Colorado.
the domesticated storm song employs, what was it, K-type selection.
Yeah.
Due to their natural survival instinct challenge, lava.
That's right. I forgot all about that. Other benefit of the grapple beam, you can grab things from far away. Also, I like the noise it makes. But then again, I'm also one of those people that likes the sound of scratching against denim, which apparently other people hate. There we go.
More pistols, more Tanaka. The Tanaka throne.
This is also Daka I could lose the chance to use if I'm not careful. Yeah. Okay, so... I do love these kind of weird little wraparound areas. Where it's just like, and now you're in this place. So, for again, the more like new players rather than the experienced players, we come back to this boss room. And suddenly, Kraid is no more. Now, a 10-year-old Storm Song is starting to have understandings of what's going on. And that statue isn't just for the entertainment value. Yes. We're doing a little cleanup here now. Some items we couldn't get earlier. Actually, I do think I was able to get this one earlier, and I just didn't. But I don't remember why. No, God, it sucks so much! It's like getting the compass in Zelda. It doesn't actually help you if you know where you are.
Congratulations, Mr. Speedrunner person. The randomized loot table is saying I give you the area map.
Yeah.
Thanks. This is useless.
Well, it's like there was a great moment like that in a game where shit, what's the game called? In Ocarina of Time, where it was going to be it was in a randomizer of Ocarina of Time, and they knew that they had to get 40 of the Skulltulas, which, you know, drop these tokens, in order to get one of the boss keys, so it was a required thing in the randomizer. And they got to 30 of the tokens that they needed, and the reward for 30 tokens was the 31st token. Which, I recall that streamer becoming quite cross. Yay! More Boom Boom. That streamer is on the short list of senpais, please notice me, but, you know.
Yeah, I mostly just watch VTubers when I'm watching Twitch streams.
So, like, what's the appeal of VTubers? Is it just the, like, I don't dislike it, I just don't entirely get it. Is it, like, just that they have that animation behind them, or is there something else going on?
That's it, because that's... I mean, my introduction was the HoloLive EN types, EN stuff, so that was, like, a level of quality that wasn't normally seen.
Okay. Yeah, because, like, yeah. Because, like, I had never heard the term before Tex mentioned it in a live stream where he was like, I can't remember exactly how he phrased it, but it was some joke about, like, I'm gonna go watch my favorite VTuber eat toast. And, which, you know, sounded to me negative, and so I assumed, oh, VTubers must be, like, those people who do, you know, naughty things on Twitch for money. OnlyFans or something, so I guess I'm not correct in that. Because then I was with Aiden the other day, and he's like, oh no, it's just this little animation dude, and I'm like, oh. Well, okay then.
Yeah. It's it's the same appeal as early and pre-Madoka magical girl shows and like idol show. If cute girls don't cute things in cute ways.
Okay. So yeah, and so it's like I kind of was able to get it once I kind of compared it to like the Brony analysis fandom because they had their little animated characters.
Yeah. I mean, my point of reference was more the it was the rant sonas from like like an atheist and like a political talk YouTube of like the early to mid 2010s.
Yeah. There's a nasty trick coming up here, and I don't want to deal with it. Ah. There you are. No! Well, I'm dealing with it now. Okay. So this is how most people first learn that wall jumping is even a thing.
Wall jumping?
So, you'll see in a sec.
I didn't even know there was wall jumping.
Yep.
Metroid.
Yep. It's actually considered one of the, like, entry levels of speed running. Like, you have to know how to wall jump to speed run in this game, because half of the sequence breaks depend upon it. And these cute little critters here are the ones that are going to teach us.
I guess wall jumping isn't really intuitive.
Not in this game. Ah.
Do you not need to not be rolling in midair so you can wall jump, or what's going on?
You need to roll and then plant your feet into the wall, but it's a timing thing. It's kind of frame specific. It's not frame perfect, but it's definitely frame specific. That's right. Last time I mastered this, it was on a keyboard. Oh dear.
And I guess you can't do like some frame buffering or some bullshit like that.
Well, I'm trying to play this as if, wasn't on a computer. Okay, let my thumb rest? Okay. Riveting content, this.
Hey, you joke, but like late 2000s Let's Play, you would make a whole ass episode of just this in like a late 2000s Let's Play video.
Yes. Okay. So I can get another set of power bombs in there, I think, but I really just don't want to. Okay. I made a save state. There, you saw it.
Yes, confessions. He's learning.
Okay. Yeah, so it's just like... Oh, gosh. 1 second.
Oh,
there we go.
wait, no, I don't want to keep count of how much. Do I want to keep count of how many times this game breaks you and just makes you use a save state?
Yeah, I admit it. I use a save state on vanilla. And I'm gonna be playing hacks, so...
Oh, I feel sorry for you.
It's self-inflicted. I don't know why I do this to myself.
Yeah, you were talking about earlier about doing a fantasy a reskin for Super Metroid.
I was gonna do a Final Fantasy VII hack, or a hack of Super Metroid that put the city of Midgar in it, and then you would play as Tifa using Samus's moves.
Alright.
And I was going to call it Spinal Fantasy VII because if you do this stuff with your back, you can only dream of having a spine. Okay, so we are back, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize for that short waste of your life. I suppose, as a wise man once said, I can't wait to suck at this game. Ah, yes! So this is where we get taught about the Shine Spark by another one of the cute animals. But first I'm going to see what's back here.
We seem to already have a handle of it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. This also gives context later to, I don't know if you know about the whole kill the animals or save the animals. So, in the Metroid speedrun community, they found that they were able to raise more money by getting people to try to outpay each other as to whether Samus rescues the animals at the end or not, because it affects the total, what do you call it? The total time of the game. But then, like, you know, well, save the animals, they're cute. And then there are other people who are like, no, they're an abomination, kill them. And so they ended up raising, like, I think $30,000 or something in one night for cancer awareness. Or for cancer screening or something like that. I can't remember the exact thing. But it became a meme, like, a well-known thing in that community. Okay, where is the trick? There's a trick I'm missing somewhere. Oh, it's fake. Still mixing up my buttons a little bit, but we're getting used to this again. I'd say it's like relearning to ride a bike, but it isn't because this is a different controller than the one I used as a child. Ah. Yeah, so even though we get super missiles early, or earlier than power bombs, they're actually a rarer item, all things said and done. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's only like a 25-second difference. I wonder if I can pull off this trick, because there is a trick here. I might not be able to get this one as early as I'd like, but... Ah, there we go.
It's amusing how the water disappears whenever anything happens.
Yep.
I'm guessing it's just to do with the layers and how the NES and SNES did the graphics.
Yep. Okay, so we are going to reload that save state. You saw nothing? Ugh, well, I sucked at that. Yeah, this is quality entertainment right here.
Use that voice, and I just remind
There we go.
You know, the good old days after 9/11.
Yeah. Let's leave that one on the table. Okay. So I won't have to come back here. Cool. Be gone, slug friend.
Is this the game with the evil being X, or am I misremembering?
That's Fusion, which is the Game Boy Advanced game.
I see.
Yeah, Fusion was the one where a lot of people thought that it, like, kind of was too hand-holdy. Personally, I liked it, but it is a very different kind of game in that regard. As it was, again, meant more for, you know, kids playing game in car on Game Boy and not sitting down at a console.
Yep.
And then, of course, Metroid Other M came out, and they were like, you know, Fusion's not that bad.
Well, yeah, we also had that effect with the Star Wars prequels.
Well, everyone who was a kid loved the Star Wars prequels at the time.
Oh yeah, I absolutely loved Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, like, and I enjoyed them, and even when, you know, it became kind of, like, fad to hate on them, like, from a critical standpoint, like, yeah, they're not great movies, but I still enjoyed them. Or rather, they're hardly earth-shattering, is how I should put it. But, like, you know, whatever makes a great movie is somewhat subjective. that is one of those things where it's just like, huh, kids do love trade disputes and negotiations over embargoes. Things I couldn't get wet back when I was here the first time. Okay, so... Oh, right. Okay, so we're gonna go here. Oh no! Trying to remember. Oh yeah. Okay, so sadly, I'm probably not coming back for that item because it's just 2 missile packs. But if I had come back here while having Gravity Suit, then I would have been able to get up there. Gravity Suit makes you walk at normal speed in water, rather than doing the slow water, because water is slow. Yeah. You know, thinking back to Star Wars Episode 1, that's definitely the first time I fancied myself becoming a writer, and I think I was 11 or 12 at the time. And I came up with this thing that was a fan fiction of Star Wars, Dragon Ball Z, and, like, Gundam. And Spider-Man was an influence on it, too, so let's just say there were giant half-tarantula humans that were also space samurai, legally, distinctly not Jedi, fighting over a...
Extinct Saiyans.
Yeah, well, no, and there was, yeah, there was the legally not Saiyan race in there. Okay, and, you know, I tease myself, because, like, of course an 11-year-old's not going to have the most original ideas. They're 11. They have to get more content going in their head before they can start breaking things down to their atomic level rather than their molecular. Then they can start making their own molecules.
Yeah. Yeah, for me it was always the clothes. Yeah, Kai, that's pretty much it. You don't think about the trade disputes or the taxes or anything like that. Pod racing is Darth Maul's become a badass, and and who decided to give Jar Jar Binks lines?
And again, like, there's actually something to be said for a lot of the problems that came with episode 1 were more like nobody was willing to tell George Lucas, you need to go take another draft at this. Like, it was a very first draft kind of story. And I think had it been given numerous more passes, it would have actually been quite much better.
Yeah, TNG also had the same problem with Roddenberry, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, Roddenberry is an amazing world builder, but not always the best story writer. And I will say, Star Wars is probably one of the things responsible for me being a musician by trade. Well, a sound engineer by trade, but musician by hobby along with that trade and informing it. And a big thing there is that, for me, like, the music was always the top actor in Star Wars. Even the original series. Okay, I think we're gonna get one more item here, and then save up for the night. Fuck the sky!
Fuck this. Fuck the moon. Let me kick its fucking ass.
Okay, so I'm trying to remember how. Okay, so this will be one of those. Okay. Okay, I think I know what I need to do. I did it wrong. This is only for a power bomb, so I may end up not doing it, but... One more try, and then... Yeah, okay, yeah. I'll need to do some practice to figure that one out, so... Alright, well, we are going to save up our game here. We are at about the halfway marker of the game. Even though we've only fought really one major boss and one minor boss, or three minor bosses. But yeah, halfway point. So with that save, I'm going to, thank you all for coming. We hope to see you again. And yeah, say goodbye, Mary.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a beautiful time.
Farewell. Yeet.